order to film the killing of dolphins as shark bait, it was clear that we had to be on the boat for the entire month. And we were not even sure if the boat we would go with would actually kill dolphins. So using a professional cameraman with a daily salary of at least $400, that would have mounted up to about $10,000 of costs just in salaries, which is of course for a small NGO like us a totally impossible amount of money. So it was clear it had to be one of Mundo Azul that does the job. Now I was the one that had been organized the logistics for several TV crews to make documentals in Peru, so actually I was the best prepared of us. However, I'm not a cameraman. I had the chance to look over the shoulders of some cameramen working while doing these documentals, but that doesn't mean that I could do it. However, as we didn't have another choice, I tried to think as much as I could about how it would be and to prepare as good as possible. And off I went. I went on board with 3 cameras. My main camera was a Canon EOS 7D for pictures and filming with a 28 to 135 mm lens and a 400 mm zoom. I also had an external microphone to improve sound quality, but I did not have wireless microphones for interviews, which proved to be a major problem because of the strong winds basically destroying some of the interviews.
The third day of our fishing tour, and still the entire day was full of wind and waves.
I also had a GoPro camera because I wanted to try to get some underwater shots of the dolphins. And for backup, I had a small no-name HD video recorder. I soon recognized that the conditions on board were very dangerous for the management of cameras, computers, hard drives and electrical connections.
This is a very moved climate, lots of wind. Boat is moving up and down all the time. There's really no dry place on this boat, and I'm starting to worry about how to charge the batteries while filming all these days, because I have to somehow find a way to switch on the generator to produce some electricity and get the computer connected to that and get all these cables waterproof, and I just don't know how to do that yet, and it really gets me worried slowly about how to sustain these 20 days of filming under conditions like that.
The only countermeasures I had on hand were constant cleaning and taping over all the openings of the camera. The generator for charging the batteries in the computer was tied up on the roof, together with the gasoline tanks. In order to run it, I had to climb on the roof, fill the gasoline up there and start the engine without falling overboard. Once the generator was running, I connected the electrical cord, you see it here coming from above, and I tied my Sargus box with ropes on both sides of the boat so it would stay in the position. And then I connected all the chargers and the laptop. Once all the connections were made, everything was covered with a towel for protection against spray. Moving around on the boat was probably the most dangerous part. There was no reeling, and in any instant you could fall overboard, or a wave could splash and your camera was gone. But there was another challenge. The boat was simply too small. Sometimes I just could not film something because I was too close. so I actually had to perform some quite risky stunts just to get sufficient distance between what I was filming and the camera. In this situation, the extreme wide angle of the GoPro camera came in very handy, as it allowed me not only to capture the entire scene, but also to get some fresh and different angles. And some of the things I filmed, like for example putting the sharks on ice in the very small storage room, would have simply been impossible to film with my Canon. In the second part of Background Report 4, you will learn how I actually managed to film the killing of sharks and dolphins, and what I felt when doing so. Our movie tells the story of my undercover investigation of the illegal dolphin slaughter to use their meat as shark bait. It will expose the shocking way in which Peruvian fisheries laws are completely ignored. It will confront the government with proof of a massive illegal dolphin slaughter and the overfishing of sharks. You can stop the killing of sharks and dolphins right now by supporting the making of the movie at loveanimals.org, Save the Dolphins of Peru. In case you're seeing this video and the crowdfunding action already has stopped, you can always directly donate to the involved organization. Please see our contact information at the end of this video. And please don't forget to stay connected and see the next background report in order to learn how we made the movie and how the campaign is going on.